Private William L. Hudson, or as I like to call him, Game Over. Now, when Hudson made that declaration, that game over, look, he wasn't just being prophetic, he was revealing what everybody was thinking, while making one of the more iconic statements in the entire film and the franchise of Aliens. Let's talk about Hudson a little bit from the inside out. Now, when we first meet Hudson, we get his surface personality, which is very cocky, sarcastic, he's quick with the jokes, and he embodies the stereotype of the tough Marines, but his toughness is mostly performance. He's loud, he's animated, he's constantly trying to project confidence, and in psychological terms, it's overcompensation. He's hiding insecurities behind humor and bravado. So he's the class clown soldier. We saw him fully putting on a show for Ripley. But that stress response kicked in when the xenomorphs became a real threat, and he collapses under the weight of his own fear. His meltdown, iconic as it was, Game Over Man, is a classic fight or flight nervous system failing him completely. And instead of adapting, he spirals into this acute panic. We see acute stress response with catastrophic tendencies. His defense mechanism is to displace. He blames leadership, Ripley, the mission, everything but himself, which is partially right to do that. They put him in that bad situation. His humor is a deflection, and denial is going to work for him because he's overwhelmed by the situation. He can't accept it. Now, psychologically, in the group world, he's more of the mirror than anyone else. He externalizes what everyone else secretly feels, but they suppress. The absent terror, hopelessness, anger at bad leadership, and the corporate goals. Hicks channels his fear into the stoicism. We see that with him. Vasquez channels it into aggression. Ripley changes it into this protective determination. But Hudson, no, he screams it out loud, and his panic validates the real stakes of the threat as much for all of us. He is the canary in the coal mine. His breakdown warns the audience, yeah, this is really, really bad, and someone's actually reacting the way that most of us would. Now, Hudson reflects this fragility of masculine performance under stress. His bravado evaporates, revealing the vulnerable human underneath, like all of us. But yet he still achieves redemption. In his final moments, pinned down by xenomorphs, he fights back with fury, showing that beneath the panic is still courage. So his art goes from false bravado to complete collapse to actual authentic bravery. And this is a psychological stripping away of all the ego until only the raw survival instincts remain. His id dominates early, pleasure in jokes, thrills, and mockery. The ego collapses under stress, and only when the death drives becomes unavoidable does he find clarity in direct combat. He is the shadow of what we would call the Marine archetype. He exposes the fear that lurks behind every soldier's facade. His death is almost ritualistic, the shadow consumed by the darkness that it feared. So Hudson, in a lot of ways, is comic relief, but he's also the audience's psychological proxy. His voice carries panic, despair, and the collapse of mental illusions in the face of what turns out to be real terror. His journey makes him actually one of the most human characters in Aliens. He's flawed, he's afraid, but ultimately he's going to go down with the fight. And Hudson still remains one of us, and we can embrace that human side of him. So I just wanted to go down the rabbit hole a little bit on this character. Let me know your thoughts on the breakdown and rise of Hudson and any other characters you want to take a deeper look at.